Hello, my name is Jason Hunt. I'm a professional AutoCAD trainer. I run the only land survey drafting program in the world. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make an extra $5,000 per month with just your CAD skills. And why you should listen to me? Well, I just got a fresh haircut. I'm kidding. Let's jump into this. So for starters, if you have some experience working in either engineering, architecture, or any sort of background that have used CAD software before, you have a gold mine of knowledge that you're sitting on. Now, the field that we're going to be targeting is called land surveying. And the reason that we're doing this is because this field is very niche and untapped. A lot of people try to get into fields that are very saturated. And so if we can get into an industry that nobody really knows about and the work is highly needed, we can make a lot more money. So why land surveying? Well, first of all, land surveying has a very low percentage of drafters who are currently in it as compared to the entire pool of drafters inside of the US. It's about 2%, which is much less than other industries such as mechanical drafting and architecture. And secondly, high demand. So inside of surveying, a lot of these licensed surveyors spend much time working out in the field and doing the actual business side of things. And so they don't really have much time to do the drafting. And that's considered as one of the biggest business drags on them. As a licensed surveyor, it's very difficult to find somebody who has the qualifications to do this. And so that even lowers the bar more. If you're going to be considered a survey drafter, you have to have knowledge in the public land system, surveying theory, as well as geomatics. And so this makes it very difficult for most people who just have regular CAD skills to step their foot in the door. But once you have that skill set, the door's wide open to you. Now, the other thing is going to be consistent income. This field has a lot better benefits than others, where if you are going to work inside of an industry, let's say mechanical drafting, you find a client, you sign a contract with them, you do the actual work for them, you get paid, and now guess what? You have to go find yourself another client. That's not the way that we do business around here. You need to have something called LTV, or lifetime value of a customer. There's a reason why people go to Starbucks every single day, and over the course of an entire lifetime for somebody, Starbucks on average makes $14,000 per person. So that's a very high LTV. When it comes to making good income, it's all about having clients that give recurability. And so on a consistent basis, surveyors are doing multiple projects per day. Now, whether you're working in residential surveying where the projects are smaller and you get a lot of them, or it's commercial surveys where you're working on one big one. Either way, the volume work is going to be there, and you can find that all funneled through one client because these surveyors have thousands of clients. And when you get all that work funneled to you because you're drafting all the work for them, you make really good money. So here's why surveyors are willing to pay so much for their CAD skills. Number one is going to be simply the benefits of outsourcing. Now, a lot of the times, most surveyors are hesitant to give this to anybody outside of the country. But if you work inside of the US and you have good English speaking skills and you have good CAD and technical skills, there's no reason why they wouldn't want you. They cannot hire this type of person in their office anyways. There's not a lot of people who know this skill set regardless. And so this is the opportunity for you to come in as a freelancer and pitch your services at an even higher rate. The other thing is going to be with billing. Now, if you're a business owner and you have a fixed amount of money for a certain project, it's a lot better to find somebody who's going to also charge a fixed rate as opposed to an hourly one. Surveyors know that you're not going to run up a bill with them if you have a fixed rate. And so because of that, on average, you can charge more for said fixed rate. This means that your potential income is going to be a lot higher. On average, we see within the last year, all of our clients who have come through, learned the surveying industry, and landed a freelance client, each licensed surveyor for the entire year for a yearly contract has been around $40,000 to $60,000 a year, which is awesome because that's not 40 hours a week. That could be anywhere between 15 to 20 hours a week. So you can have two clients and make over $100,000 a year just right there. And if you work inside of an office at a main job and you want to get a good side hustle, this is perfect for that because you only need one client to make you some really good money on the side, drafting after work and on the weekends. So let's go ahead and talk about the ecosystem within land surveying and what you can expect to be paid for different types of jobs. Now, what's really cool about this is that there's a low end and there's a high end for this. Low end jobs are going to be usually smaller project, but that actually is a really good thing. On smaller projects, you're not expected to be stuck in the middle of a bigger one. Now, you have more flexibility for getting these jobs done on your own time. And what's also really cool about it is the high recurability of these clients means you always have these little jobs coming in. So potentially you could actually get paid more than if you're doing one big job over a longer period of time. So for example, boundary surveys, you can expect to be paid anywhere between $100 to $500 for just a boundary survey, depending on the size of it. For residential, this could only take you maybe 30 minutes to an hour to draft, and you can get paid $100. Do 8 of these a day, you're making $800 a day. Not too bad. Topographic surveys, you're gonna have some extra topography work on top of it. Now, again, this is gonna range usually from about $150 all the way up to $2,000 if you're working on a very big topo. I've seen them range all the way up to $10,000. But again, for the average drafter, this is what you can expect from either smaller residential to bigger commercial jobs. Same thing for an Alta survey. You're covering everything that exists on top of this lot. Any boundary work, any sort of topography, any sort of features, electrical meters, or any other sort of utilities that might be existing on the lot. That's what you're working with, anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000. As-built surveys, usually for construction, they run a little bit more than topography surveys, more than boundary surveys, a lot more stuff, and they could be probably equivalent to an Alta survey. Same thing for construction staking. These are usually cheaper. They don't take very long, especially if you're just going to get some stakes out and then sent to the field crews that are going to be going out and doing the actual work. You're taking the house model, you're putting it on the CAD within the lot, and then you're going ahead and actually creating GPS points for them to import into their machines and then work with later. Same thing for a subdivision plat. These things are huge. So if you're working on a smaller one's actually a pretty decently sized project. You're gonna be making about $1,000. On a bigger one, about $10,000. Again, some subdivisions being built out could cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this is just really sort of the low to mid end for most surveys. Now, the second step for building your land survey drafting business is going to be marketing strategies. Now, we have two ways of doing this. We have direct outreach, where we're going directly to the clients. Again, this consists of cold calls, emails, outreach on various different social media applications, industry forums, and industry groups. And again, this is great. It's a good way to get your foot in the door. I used to go on Google Maps. I would find licensed surveyors companies, and I would literally just call them and pitch my services. My close rate was about 2%, but considering I can call about 100 companies in 2 days, and that's two clients at, let's just say, $40,000 a year annually contract, that's 80 grand in 2 days. Not too bad. And then the other thing that we have is a digital presence. This is really the game changer from probably 5 years ago to now, is that by having a digital presence, we can promote ourselves a lot more effectively. Now, this also ties into cold calling and cold outreach, because when you have a social funnel and a social system where you are making valuable content and then showcasing your skills via the internet, this also plays into when someone looks you up online after you give them a cold call, your chances of getting a client is so much higher. And this is why it's so effective to have either one, which is the social funnel, or the other, which is direct outreach, or both. They kind of play into each other. So let's talk about how this adds up to an extra $5,000 per month in your pocket. Well, if we just go off the average from residential to commercial job, each survey is going to pay you around $250. Now, again, it's going to vary, but this means that you really only need to do 3 to 5 larger commercial projects or 15 to 20 smaller residential projects. And I know that might sound like a lot, but it's really not, because each one might only take you 1 hour. So for 20 hours over the entire course of a month to make an extra $5,000, that's pretty good. Now, the other thing is this: you only need 1 to 2 really good business relations inside of this industry to make that kind of money. Again, the people that we're going after are licensed surveyors, and if you can get in good with them, where you're doing the work for them, they're happy with it, and they're more than happy to give you testimonials and referrals to get you other clients. At the end of the day, you really won't need it, because those licensed surveyors that you're going to be drafting for might give you longevity for years to come. And that's the magic of what we do, is making sure that we can get that spark between you and the licensed surveyor by showing them your work, giving them a good portfolio, and then finally getting the job done for them. So if you're looking to work when you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, potentially by drafting remotely on the computer, this is the perfect side hustle for you. Now, flexible hours are going to be really great, just because you're going to be setting your own schedule. You have the consistent work coming in from these licensed surveyors, as well as you have the potential for growth where you can build up a CAD business. Let's go ahead and talk about that. So there's really 3 steps to making sure that you can turn this into a profitable business. The first thing is going to be mastering your craft. By understanding this industry in the public land system, geomatics, and surveying theory, that's going to set you up really well. Number 2 is going to be building out that portfolio. You have to have documents that showcase your work. And so by getting sample data and drafting these surveys, you can use that to market yourself by, again, either getting hired in person or by using this to go freelance directly to licensed surveyors and landing that 1 or 2 golden client, and that's all you'll ever need. And then finally is going to be building that client relationship. And so that's how you get your foot in the door, talk to these licensed surveyors, land the contract, and start making money. So here's the thing: if you have some CAD skills, I want you to put them to good use, because I have the next steps for you. We do things differently here. This isn't just an online course. We're going to be taking a bunch of tutorials where you never actually apply real work. This is about real world skills, real opportunities, and a direct path for turning your CAD skills into an income. The survey world is massive, I get that. But breaking into an industry when you don't have the experience or the connections might feel almost impossible. That's why I built this program that does more than just teach. I provide the exact projects, mentorships, and connections for you to actually get started working. Every week, you'll be working with me, an industry expert who knows exactly what these licensed surveyors are looking for. And I'm not just giving you theory. I'm giving you real world data, real world projects, and insider knowledge that people spend years trying to learn. So whether you're looking to make an extra couple $1,000s per month or start a new career, This is the shortcut for you. No more spinning your wheels, no more trying to figure out how to get clients. Just a clear, proven system to turn your skills into opportunities. And we're not just teaching you skills. We're giving you the backstage pass to the survey drafting world. Real projects, real data, live coaching with me every single week. And the best part, we do all the hard work teaching you how to find these initial projects that would stop many people dead in their tracks. Think about this. Most CAD pros have the industry knowledge, but zero connections, zero portfolio, and zero skills on how to actually start making money. We solve all of that. So whether you're a complete beginner or someone who's already killing it in CAD, this program meets you exactly where you're at. Imagine fast tracking your way into a field where you could be making an extra $5,000 per month without having to spend years of your own time figuring it out on your own. No more YouTube tutorials, no more scrolling job postings, just a clear, proven path to turning your skills into success. And your next move is simple. Click the link below in the description, book a call, and let's start your journey.